What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. And yeah, let's dive straight into things. We had a pretty cool week last week. I was very happy with it. Some beautiful execution. So hopefully you stayed around with me for that. And hopefully this week we can have just as strong a week. Although I would argue that Monday's delivery today has slightly caught me off guard, but it should help us frame the rest of the week. Now, as you can see on the right hand side, we do have our high impact news for the week, and Wednesday we do have non-farm payrolls. So that's going to drive a lot of movement into the markets for sure. Very typical of price to be doing that on the back of non-farm payroll. Oh. And so we just need to be conscious that price is going to be heavily manipulated probably until non-farm payroll delivers. And then after that, hopefully we can get in on the rest of the week for Thursday and Friday, where we do also have CPI. So a very volatile week I'm anticipating. And like I said, we can see that off the back with how aggressively Monday's moved. Now, this is arguably typical in price, where on the week of non-farm payrolls, the Monday tends to move crazily. And that's what's happened this week. So yeah, we're going to break things down. We're going to start on the weekly. I am going to clear my charts. I do want to still keep the 60-day low and 60-day high and midpoint just for reference sake. So I'll get those marked up again. But for now, let's get rid of this. Let's delete this like so. And let's just remind ourselves of where the 60-day low and 60-day high is for reference sake, like so. And then we also had the midpoint marked out. Now, to be honest, because of how Monday's moved and because of how quickly we're moving down towards and how we've just taken out last week's lows, I anticipate that price is going to want to dig a little bit deeper. So although the 50% level was significant to me last week in terms of a draw on liquidity, and it was as price was drawing up towards it, yet failed, the fact that we've opened and dropped immediately, and again, like I said, taken out last week's low so aggressively too, I want to look at the 25% level off that week, off that 60-day range. So let's get that delineated like so. We'll make that blue line. I'm going to make this blue. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this like so, and I'm going to write 25% 60-day range. That way we have some context when we drop down to the lower time frames as to why we want to refer to this. And the reason I want to refer to it is because price is aggressively traded through it to the downside, meaning that if price is to return to it or retrace at all into it, I'd expect it to act in the inverse, as in I'd expect it to provide resistance for price to help it roll over. So yeah, and the fact that price is consolidating around it is just interesting in general. But nonetheless, where are we anticipating price to draw to? Well, we have this large wick from 2 weeks ago. I'm looking at the 50% level as a draw on liquidity. That's also that old 60-day low. So it would be nice to see if price can manage to reach down there. And like I said, in terms of the premium, the highest I want to see price trade ideally is going to be that 25% level. However, if we do break down price, if we do look a bit closer, you can see that there is a volume imbalance right here. So that should also be able to hold price. In terms of price, shouldn't want to necessarily trade back above it. But like I said, we've only had one trading day. I don't want to speak too much too quickly. Let's go to the daily, and you can see that crazy displacement to the downside. And like I said, it'll be nice to see if we can get a level of trading above, Tuesday's opening price, trading into these resistance levels, and then I'd want to see price roll over on the back of that and start pushing down towards that discount. But yeah, this kind of displacement, the way it's closed below this low, little things like that, any kind of retracement back into this range between this blue line and this black level right there, I don't really anticipate price to spend much time there and would want to see it find resistance. So here we also have a bullish order block on the left side of the curve, as in it's traded higher. So that means that when price returns to it, we expect that bullish order block, to act as a bearish order block. So even more reason as to why, if price does manage to rally up into here, this could be on Tuesday. That could be Tuesday's move. There could be Tuesday's expansion. Who knows? Even if price manages to get there, I want to find resistance. Now, what I'm expecting is that on the back of non-farm payroll, if price hasn't yet traded up into this range, then I anticipate it to trade to it then, and then use it as a point of reversal. However, if we've traded to it already by the time we get to Wednesday and we started moving away from it, price will be a little bit more difficult to get an idea of where price is going. That being said, I don't recommend trading non-farm payroll weeks, guys, just for the record. But let's go down to the 1 hour, and you can see there's already been a gap. honestly, I'm not really expecting much. I'm just expecting any kind of rally up to this premium above this high would be nice into this range, and then I want to see price reverse and start pushing down into this discount where we do have, like I said, a massive gap as well over here that price I want to trade to in terms of fair value gap. So there's reason as to why price may want to dip down into this discount, and like I said, we just need to be conscious that it is non-farm payroll week and there will be a lot of manipulation. But make sure to turn on post notifications, as I will be posting tomorrow as well. And that's pretty much everything on dollar. Honestly, after Monday doing all this movement, that's all I've got to say. So let's head on to GBP USD. And you can see that GBP is pulling right back into the range that we spoke about from last week's videos. But let's get onto the weekly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much just wipe everything. And you can see that pound hasn't yet taken out the same high, whereas dollar has taken out the low. So there's a little bit of a delay going on here. Let's see what Euro's doing, just out of curiosity. Euro's done it. So you can see they're holding price a little bit. Now, do bear in mind that this week we do have some high impact news on the 12th, which is also non-farm payroll day. So they're holding pound a little bit, as in it's failed to take out that high as of yet, which means that we can anticipate that price may want to try and strive for that, so to speak, pretty early on in the week. So let's get this marked as a target, the 50% level off this large wick, similarly to what we have in dollar, but obviously as a premium PD array. And then similarly, we traded down just slightly below last week's close, and then we've already traded a bit higher. So it'd be nice to see if price can continue to hold itself and roll over into this premium. And I will then be simply targeting last week's high as a buy side liquidity target. So pretty simple. Let's go to the daily, and you can see we now have a bullish order block. This large down close wick is now a bullish order block. I'm going to be looking at the opening of that specifically. Why? Because that should be sensitive to price, especially on a daily level. So if price wants to drop down into that, maybe into Tuesday or Wednesday, it rolls down into that, I'd like to think that price can bounce off of it just as a order block should, and then trade up into our buy side liquidity target, where we also have a fair value gap between this low and this high, very, very clearly situated. So there's a clear draw as to where we want to see price trade to, and we've also got a nice discount PD array where price may want to tap down into in terms of the discount. Now let's go down to the 4 hour again. Some pretty clean price action. Again, I'm looking at this bullish order block. It'd be nice to see if price could tap into it, and I want to see it turn around on the back of that and run the buy stops above here on the back of either high impact news or later on in the week. Honestly, guys, there's not really much more for you to say. Like, it's pretty basic. Honestly, price is looking pretty simple right now, but with non-farm payroll on the way, I'm not going to speak too much. I don't like non-farm payroll weeks in particular, but what I'm paying attention to is where we open. So, for example, if we go into Tuesday now, I'll just mark this out. When we get to Tuesday, as soon as we drop down below that Tuesday opening price, I'll be interested to see how we treat this level right here, which is that bullish order block. Also happens to be lined up with a fair value gap. Now, what we can also do is look at the Sunday opening price. So let's get that delineated, which is right here. We'll make that dotted. I am a little bit tired. And you can see that price has not spent much time down there, but nonetheless, it's dropped down below it a few. And then at 2 a.m. price traded above it and started traveling higher. So as far as I'm concerned, price may want to continue to seek premiums, as in maybe run that buy side on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Thursday may come back down and start attacking that Sunday. Let me say that again. So the fact that how fast price has moved higher and hasn't spent much time below the Sunday opening price, and how we're already almost near a significant swing high, it's very well that price may want to proceed to seek those premium prices as we move into Tuesday and Wednesday. On the back of Wednesday, then and only then would we expect a potential reversal and potentially look at running these lows on the back of Sunday. But honestly, it all depends on dollar and how much movement we do get tomorrow. And obviously with NFP coming up, it just makes things a little bit more difficult. But generally, that's what I'm expecting. Honestly, for us to get up here, for us to get from where price is now, for it to get up here, it doesn't need to come all the way down into this bullish order block. So it could happily I'd be happy for prices to roll over and have a nice expansion during the, say, New York session and run those stops. But I'm expecting a continuation is my point. In line with dollar, ideally dropping down into the discount. Just the same way, I'm not necessarily expecting price to, it's nice, the idea is fun, for price to rally up into here. I don't expect that. I think that price will just likely roll over into early hours of the London session and start expanding towards its discount. So I do think we're going to get a continuation of bullishness running into the day, and then after or come non-farm payroll, then and only then will we hit the buy targets or hit our targets and then reverse on the back of it. And then and only then can I think about Sunday's opening price. So I hope that all makes sense. Maybe a little bit confusing for us. And you can see here, we've just traded up. I don't even know what we've traded up into. Let's go on the weekly. on euro. Oh, excuse me. And you can see that we're trading up into towards that 50% level off that large wick similarly, and we've just hit that 25% level there. So again, euro's displaying a lot of bullishness. So similarly, I'm looking at that large wick from a couple weeks back, and I'm looking to see, okay, now we've hit the 25% level, can price continue, and can we reach that 50% level, which would be very nice to see. We also have a bullish order block that's now formed here technically. Daily again, beautiful expansion, just traded above this fair value gap and closed. So I'm going to draw this out. This is what we call a inversion fair value gap, because we've closed above it very aggressively on a daily level too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking very closely at that 50% level. Price should respect it. Again, as much as I like to see price drop down and then turn around and expand, looking at how price was in the lower time frames, just like what I did on pound and on dollar, I wouldn't be surprised if prices continue to roll over straight into the new day and continued rallying. Like I said, it doesn't need, and this is probably one of my weaknesses. I'll be completely candid, is expecting price to create a Judas swing every single time. It won't create a Judas swing every single time. It's very possible for prices to continue rallying, run out the stops, and then it'll start targeting discounts later. And I think that may be the case in this as well. As much as I want to see price maybe drop down, spend some time, hit the 50% level, turn around, do all that pretty stuff, I'm generally just looking at how price is moving and how aggressive Monday was. I'd like to see a continuation in the London session for us to start reaching up into the premiums. So it's obviously in a rush to get somewhere. If it can reach there before that non-farm payroll, that tells us a lot about the rest of the week. So that's going to be everything, guys. I hope that all makes sense. Very quick video today, considering it's a weekly review, but honestly, turn on post notifications and you can stick along with us. But yeah, that's going to be everything. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All of the links are in the description. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.